In this video, I'm going to make you 20% better at making vibey chords and songs. Just stick with me for the entire length of this short video and I guarantee you will learn something dope. Alright guys, so I have a little project here and I'm going to write out some basic chords. I always start out basic because then after we have something in front of us, we can make that thing, whatever it is, less basic and more complex and interesting. But we have to start out basic, and believe me, these chords are going to start out really basic. This is one of my favorite types of chord progressions that doesn't change much, but it's super vibey. I'm going to write the bass notes now, and then we'll get this. Ooh, let's not do the drums yet. And we get that nice pretty sound. So with the drums, we get a little bit of movement behind them. Very pretty. So once I get a nice pretty chord progression like that, I like to add stuff to them to make them more interesting and to really enhance the prettiness of them. So my atmos are going to be very soft and delicate and just kind of dance around these chords. We get that. So let's go ahead now and make this sound a lot less boring. So this is just a basic synth sound. It's just a basic saw wave, as you can see here, with a small bit of unison and a filter. That's really all that it is. So that's not gonna get anybody exciting. So what I wanted to do was change this sound to a guitar. But when you play the guitar, rarely is it that boring. We want to make it more interesting and more like somebody's hand actually play the guitar. Alright, so let's go ahead and open up our guitar chords. I'm just going to take this and this and make them like they were plucked. Do the same thing for every chord after that. And then what I just like to do is mess with the velocities of the notes to add that human touch, because we all know that if somebody played this guitar, they would not all be perfect, and it's bad enough that I'm making a preset guitar found in Nexus instead of using a real guitar because I don't know how to play one. So we have to do what we can to make this guitar more humanized. So I'm just going to take these notes here and I'm going to turn the velocity of those down. And then randomize some of the velocities of some of these other notes by just pushing them down a little. And then one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these all on full sustain. And it makes like this cool meshed together vibey sound in the grand scheme of things. I'll show you in a minute. Like that. So one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a really nice bass line that I feel in the soul. So I'm going to take the bottom note of these chords that didn't change at all. I'm going to go to a layer that I have set up for bass. It's just a regular super saw. with that and with the bass and the drums and the atmos. You get that really pretty sound. So one last thing I wanted to show you was in these drums. These aren't just basic drums where everything's the exact same thing. So the kick, I have this nice little rhythm. And then the snare, I had this. But I want you to listen to every snare. So here is a loop. Here's a full drum loop. It's 2 bars long in this project. It is not 4 bars. So let me get rid of that so you're not confused. I want you to listen to this drum loop and pay close attention to the snare, how it changes every single hit. Not one snare is exactly the same. So right there is how I like to make basic chords sounds really vibey. If you would like to learn more about writing chords, melodies, song arrangement, sound design, mixing and mastering, come join me in my EDM bootcamp. I left a link for you in the top of the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.